care work, will also be featuring shortly. But first, what's our news fix for the hour?
Right, it's a little bit of an overview on Labor Day and why we're celebrating it. It is observed globally, not just here, guys, on May 1st, and it serves as a tribute to the enduring struggles and accomplishments of workers, or as Francis Atuli would say, workers. In Kenya, the day has been celebrated since May 1st, 1964, marking the nation's first International Workers' Day post-independence. Kenya joins the world in celebrating Labor Day today, and the focus remains on advocating for improved working conditions, fair wages, and the overall well-being of workers. And to that effect, we'll actually give you a snippet into what's happening on ground at Uhuru Gardens as we mark Labor Day. Our reporter, Victor Ngaruya, is on location right there. He'll tell us exactly what's happening, how the celebrations are looking. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning.
Good to hear from you.
You are getting me... Nice to hear from you as well. You are getting me live at Uhuru Park, and what is happening right now is that preparations are underway to celebrate the Labor Day 2025, as you have said, since May 1st of 1964, after Kenya attained independence. That is when these celebrations are ongoing, and members of the further states, the press, and also security apparatus are making sure that the security is tight, with expectations of national leaders and dignitaries to attend. Now, I am joined right here by the Assistant SecGen, who will give us an insight of what Cotu will be telling us today. Karibu sana, SecGen. What can you tell us?
Thank you very much. My name is Ernest Nadome. I'm the first assistant SG Cotu, and also the National General Secretary of Electrical Workers Union. That is Kenya Power, KenGen, JDC, and many others. This is a day, it's a happy day for us, and I will want to take this opportunity to wish all Kenyans a happy Labor Day. Secondly, this is a day that, just for Kenyans also to understand, is a day that we are supposed to celebrate, rather, or to take stock of what has gone through over the year. It's a time that we are supposed to look back. What have we achieved? What haven't we achieved? What should we do? And most importantly, is a day that Kenyans are also expecting some announcement in terms of minimum wage increase. And these expectations are very high because of the hard economic times that we are all going through.
Do we expect the SecGen Atuli to avail himself, and what are some of the things you think he's going to put across?
Well, there are quite a number of things nationally as we speak that we know at our level. We've been engaging the government. But most importantly, what we are expecting, obviously, our SG will be able to put across to His Excellency the President and the nation at large about the challenges we've been facing, expectations, employers to continue cooperating, recognizing workers. We know some of the employers have also taken advantage of the hard economic times to send employees home. But I'm happy to report that at least where we have union representation, the respective unions have been able to engage the employers, and in a worst case scenario, employees and employers have been able even to agree on some austerity measures so that you're able to fit in the hard economic times. But the bottom line is that the disposable income is down, is low, and Kenyans are expecting that there should be at least some announcement of a wage minimum increment. And for us as unions, we use this, and I want to be to reiterate on this, or really be firm on this, that any announcement that is normally made every year during Labor Day is meant for the minimum wage, those low earners. No, it's not necessarily for those other employees who already have collective bargaining agreements. But it's still, we still ride on it to push for our collective bargaining agreements. We use that as a baby. It's used in courts. It's used by Ministry of Labor during conciliation process. So ideally, we are expectant that His Excellency the President will be cognizant of the hard economic times that Kenyans are going through and impress upon the employers to have a sit down, to have dialogue with the workers to understand the situation that we are going through. Taxation, I know there is an outcry from Kenyans about we are overtaxed. You're talking of housing levy, you're talking of SHA and many others. But all in all, it calls upon us as leaders to continue engaging the government to see how this taxation can also be compensated by higher salary increment. On record already, I'm seeing in the finance bill, we've been able to have a flip over of what is coming up in the finance bill. We appreciate the fact that the retirees now are being exempted from taxation, because it's been an issue to us also where in your whole employment life you are taxed, and when you retire again you are taxed. So we're happy that come this new financial year, the government has even gone as far as now removing taxation on gratuity. And you know, most of the employees who are on contract, even in the private sector, gratuity is the main thing. The fact that the government has removed that taxation, it is also a big relief, because employees who move from contract to permanent employment are now allowed by the law to transfer their benefits or their gratuity to the new pension scheme where they are joining us. So ideally, it is a day for us, and we hope that out of this, we'll have some good takeaway for our employees.
Now, during a stewards meeting here in Nairobi, the Secretary General himself actually said that he might be leaving Cotu. What can you say about that?
I think that is a democratic right for Francis to have said that he might be leaving. Of course, it's been on record that he has also said he's been there for some time. But at the end of it, I think the most important thing is that these decisions sometimes are not made by individual. They are also made by the people you represent. So Mr. Truly has his own union, the Plantation Workers Union, which he has also served for some time. He has also been at Cotu, which he has served really for quite some time. And we are now going for our trade union elections 2026. So him having said that, I think now the honors will be, because during Cotu elections, we have a delegate conference. So it is going to be upon the delegates to see whether they are going to accept is now saying, I've thrown in the towel or not. But at the bottom line, I think that is a decision made by the delegate and also Francis himself as a person. Yeah.
He also said that the Federation of Kenya Employers has not implemented on the 6% increase on minimum wage as directed by President William Ruto in the previous Labor Day celebrations. What can you say about it?
No. I think if it is law, the law must be followed to the letter. This announcement was made by His Excellency the President. Surely, there is no institution, unless we are in a banana republic, where His Excellency makes an announcement and then you hear there are some characters who are trying to challenge. The issue here, this announcement was made, so it is incumbent upon all the employers to ensure that that 6% is implemented to the letter. And any employer who doesn't do that, for us, we are calling upon the employees, we are calling upon the leadership of the union to immediately bring it up so that we face head-on these employers who are defying the orders of the government.
Thank you very much. That is what is taking place right here at Uhuru Park, and those are some of the expectations we expect to hear from the SecGen himself. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. Of course, that's a glimpse into what will be happening during the Labor Day celebrations. And of course, we were speaking to SecGen there, and he says, you know what, we are hoping for a minimum wage increase, which has become sort of the order of the day whenever we do get into Labor Day celebrations. I don't know, though, and of course, during the harsh economic times that employers and employees are both facing, but also a lack of compliance in some parts. But I was wondering if during Labor Day,